there is no alternative conclusion other than that the Russian state was culpable for the attempted murder of Mr. Skripal and his daughter, and for threatening the lives of other British citizens in Salisbury, including Detective Sergeant Nick Bailey. This represents an unlawful use of force by the Russian state against the United Kingdom.
The UK taking strong action against Russia after the poisoning of a former Russian spy. Theresa May ordering 23 Russian diplomats out of the country, amongst several other actions. Amy Kellogg is live in Moscow for us right now. Amy?
Hi, we're just getting some first reaction, Sandra, here from the Russian capital. Sergei Kislyak, remember him? He was the ambassador to the United States until a short while ago. He is now on the Duma's Foreign Affairs Committee. He's saying that the UK will, quote, feel the responsibility for its actions. Now, of course, Russia has been defiant. As you will remember, Theresa May, the British Prime Minister, gave President Putin until midnight last night to come up with an explanation for what happened to Sergei Skripal. Russia basically said it doesn't respond to the language of ultimatums and had nothing to do with this. Theresa May today came down with a list of responses to that lack of movement, saying that Russia has responded with disdain and sarcasm, with little regard for the gravity of the situation. Now, the Kremlin, again, has been defiant that it had nothing to do with the poisoning of Sergei Skripal and his daughter, Yulia, with that nerve agent, which was identified as something called a Novichok, a nerve agent that was basically developed in the Soviet Union to avoid detection and to be able to assemble in all sorts of uncomfortable places, or to travel with the agents so that the person carrying it would not himself be affected. It's unlikely, people here say, that President Putin would have been likely to respond to that ultimatum yesterday, because he, just a few days ahead of elections, which are Sunday, would not want to be projecting any sign of weakness towards the West. Of course, much of his popularity is based on the fact that he has been very defiant of the West. May said yesterday that there were two scenarios: either the Russian state tried to murder its former spy, or somehow it just lost control of its military-grade nerve agent. Russia initially replied it needed a sample of this nerve agent in order to understand what had happened, and it needed some time per the Chemical Weapons Convention. Deadline slipped. Theresa May, the British Prime Minister, took action just a very short while ago. The headline out of her speech was that 23 Russian diplomats will be expelled from London. Those are people who are believed to be undeclared intelligence agents. She also said that there will be more scrutiny of Russians entering the United Kingdom. She said that the state will seize the assets of rich Russians, or the Russian state living in London, if they're suspected of using their property for insidious reasons. And finally, no high-level Brits or members of the royal family will be traveling to the World Cup in Russia over the summer, Sandra.